this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
And welcome everyone to the Circle Debate Championship on the Line and EYR podcast, MMA podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the host of DVS When I've been C. Here with my other host, mi familia. Of course, we're missing Coach Ray today. He is fortunately not feeling very well, so he will not be joining us today, but he'll be joining us soon coming up. But yes, let me go and introduce the bodies of pain that brings that pain to you in that cage, especially with his ring announcing. And, of course, the managing, especially. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Richard and Alex Mares, Championship on the Line podcast. How are you, gentlemen?
We're doing great. I think I can speak for both of us. We're happy to be on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But, yes, man, what a day. What a past weekend of, mixed martial arts. All I can say that this was incredible. And yes, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, to go ahead and give our recap for, of course, UFC 273, Volkanovski, and, of course, the Korean Zombie. Now, this fight, Jesus, the whole card. But before we actually begin with the main card, gentlemen, let's start off with give us your thoughts of the prelims. So, or the early prelims. So I'll take it to you, Alex. What was your highlight of the night for the prelims? Which did you enjoy the most?
Oh man, I gotta give it up for Mike Mallet. I mean, Mike Mallet versus Mickey Gall. That fight was it was really, really good. Especially Mike Mallet. I believe it was his first fight in UFC. I think it was his debut. So coming in and facing a tough guy like Mickey Gall and doing something that it's not easy to do. Mickey Gall is a very, very tough fighter, and he really kind of gets stopped in his fights. But man, Mike Mallet looked really good, and looked really, really good, especially with his debut. I mean, you can't top that. So for him to stop him the first round, it looked really good, and I can't wait to see him fight again. So
me neither. I'm with you on that, brother.
Definitely, there's a lot of fans.
Yeah, you did. One thing though, I did catch a highlight of this. I'll say one thing. Gauze was all hype, unfortunately, for me. I know I might get shitted on. He's hype. not anymore. I'm sorry. That is gone. That knockout, yeah. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing, though. His career is very, very different from any other fighter out there. You got to think about it. He had one fight, and in the second fight, he was in the UFC already. And he fought CM Punk, or he fought Mike Jackson, and then he fought CM Punk. So, like, after that, he was only, 3 fights in his career and was already in the, top league. So, like, I mean, he was put in with the top dogs, very early in his career.
Yeah.
So, he didn't have that, early experience with fighting other independent promotions. I mean, he went straight to the UFC, so, we'll see. Hopefully he could bounce back from this one because he is very excited. I like Mickey Gall.
Right. That's tough.
Mr. Cool. Richard R.M. Cool.
Great. I also pretty much picked the same. But I also like what was it, Olenek? He won by Scarfold submission in the first round.
44 years old.
And did it. I think we all knew that because if you look,
Yes.
most of his wins are by submission. I think 80% of his wins or more are by submission. So even Rage was agreeing he's gonna get him in something. Pretty much any kind of hold he was gonna get him, and once he gets that locked in, you're pretty much out of air and you're gonna be tapping. So that was probably my favorite match of the night.
Awesome. Shout out to Cage, my IQ, of course, McDaniel. How are you, brother? Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow, subscribe to them on their YouTube channel as well. They provide you also the best MMA content out there for all of you guys who are MMA fanatics out there. But he says, mention his comment, Gall is a one-round guy with no chin. You guys agree with that or disagree?
I don't know because he took a lot of punch from Mike Perry. I mean, Mike Perry pretty much bloodied his face, and I mean, threw him pretty much everything, the kitchen sink in the house, including it. And he took the punishment. The thing is, like Alex said, I just don't think maybe he had enough time to develop. Everyone said, oh, he has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He beat CM Punk. And then, he's this kid's coming out, good-looking kid. He's, his future's promising. And he faces Sage Northcutt, who's another guy that
Beat
they
him,
thought,
though.
oh, Northcutt was another hype train, which he's legit. But like I said, he pushed these guys right away to the moon. And they fought and he got that win. He's looking good. Yeah, 2-4-0. And then, he faces Randy Brown, loses. And he faces Diego Sanchez, loses. Mike Perry just battered him. Uses blood to paint the canvas pretty much, and then now he's 2 losses in a row. I mean, this is pretty much a story that was too soon. He should have got some, prelim fights. He should have had some more fights outside of UFC, and he wanted to be that star, and pretty much is now cost him.
Let's see.
Too much too soon.
All right. Why would you pull the Onyx down to the mat if you're not confident you're going to?
Exactly.
Yep. Okay.
Really.
Yeah, like a Wonik. I mean,
Right.
he's like a master when it comes to the ground too. He has so many submissions in his wins. I mean, I want to face him in the ground. I mean, if you're gonna fight Lennox, your best, bet is to just stand up for him. I mean, that's what Derek. When he fought Derek Lewis, he had Derek Lewis. He
was giving him trouble.
But the round
saved him. A lot of trouble.
The round saved him.
I agree.
He did stand up, and he took advantage of it and knocked him out.
He knew how to knock him out.
If it was like 30 more seconds, he would have finished him.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Gentlemen, let's get into the main card. Go ahead. Say it.
Oh, I'm just saying, if the fans are watching this, they should look up. UFC posted like a cool clip of Olenek and Jared afterwards, and he was literally showing him how he choked him out. Yeah. He was showing him the submission. Like, let me show you how to get it on and get the scarf hold submission. Like, that's just so much respect. Like, these guys have to each other. These guys beat the crap out of each other for 15 minutes and then go back there. It's like, hey, how did you choke me out? Because I just want to see how you caught me in. So it's just cool to see that.
Much respect.
Especially,
much respect.
After a tough fight.
That's right. The one I would say, though, that was right, like, I was really intrigued because, when Coach mentioned it, and that was Pierre Rodriguez and Kay Hansen. Great fight.
Yeah.
And Pierre with the win at the in position. Back and forth. Fight was great. I actually enjoyed it. That was really, really good. This probably was the one I just caught because of the coach advising.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really kind of missed, not much of the freak, but most of it, obviously. Right, let's get into the main card, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna go like a round table. We're not gonna do one by one. But let's go with you, Alex. So let's go ahead and let me pull up the fight. And that is this first fight, of course. Pichel versus Mark Madsen. Of course, Mark Madsen with the win on a decision. So take it away. Your thoughts about this fight?
Yeah, I mean, really good fight. I know we discussed, Mark Madsen, silver medalist, Olympic silver medalist wrestler. In this fight, you could tell he tried to test his stand up, but Pichel, I think when it comes to stand up, Pichel was just a better striker. So when that happens, I think it's safe to go what you're good at and wrestle. Madsen did that. Got some takedowns on him and just kept him down there. But I just think Madsen knew, like, oh, my stand-up isn't not level yet. I think because you can tell you try to follow around with stand-up and try to focus more on the stand-up, but, Pichel was kind of catching some good shots. And then Madsen did a really good job taking him down and getting the decision win. But, yeah, Pichel was a tough guy. Pichel was a veteran, very, very tough, and he'll give everyone some problems. So, the fact that Madsen was able to
oh, really? Hansen got let go today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. What is that?
Oh.
Bellator.
Yes, you always say that.
I always gotta say
Bellator's past that.
Pichel had a lot to say the past 2 days, but when it came down to round 3, but Madsen had to take down difference in that round, and I agreed.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. And let's see your scorecard so far on it. And who did you pick on that one? Let's see.
I know I picked Madsen.
You picked Madsen, right? Hold on, let me see. Where is the main? Why is it kicking? Boom, 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 boom. Oh wait, this is the wrong
Oh, this is
one.
a different card.
Yeah, you sent me the wrong card. You
Oh,
sent
you
me.
did?
Oh, use that card. No,
Oops.
that was a terrible score. Use that card.
Horrible.
Use his
but
points.
either way, I'll look for it. In the meantime, Richard, take it away. What your thoughts about this? The first fight, Madsen and Pichel.
Good fight, like I was saying, and watching the fight, he was testing, the striking to see, let's see now the next step. Everyone knows how great is wrestling in, but you can't just use wrestling to make it to the top, especially that lightweight division. You can, but if you have someone who's really well off his back and can submit you and very dangerous, it might cost you. And like you said, like the comment earlier by IQ, the third round was, let's play it safe. Let's go back to my roots, take him down, and get the win. And Pichot was really getting frustrated. You could correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of the rounds he got up and he kind of pushed him and kind of gave him like this mad dog look, like he was upset. But hey, don't get mad at him. Get mad at yourself. And he had a lot to say. And you could talk and talk and talk, but you got to prove it. Prove it in the octagon. And he got frustrated. Madsen frustrated and was wrestling, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, definitely.
A deserved win for Mark.
It is a well-deserved win. And not only that, Madsen's ground, it's fucking
Olympian.
It's Olympian. Come on, the guy's a Greco-Roman guy.
Yeah.
Got it. He dominated the ground for sure, and I expected that, and definitely I expected that from Madsen, and great win for him, and I'm happy for that win.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see, Richard, you picked Madsen as well by decision.
Yeah.
Great choice. And of course, me, I picked, of course,
I think
Madsen.
we all picked them, yeah.
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 Oh no, but we haven't seen your card because somebody sent
really?
me the wrong card.
Wow.
Really?
Unprofessional, man.
Unprofessional. Here we're live.
Oh, you're the champ, Mr. 10-time champ, or 10-time I lost it.
The 10-time tampology champ.
Listen, Zero Champ. Don't come over here disrespecting me, man.
You know what? I know. I've been coming up short. Like the last 3 Tapologies, I've been second place, and that doesn't matter. But I remember the last 2-3 times, you always been third. You've been behind me, man. All right?
Hey, man.
That's very, very, very true. Very, very true.
Man.
You're not even top 2 anymore.
Dude, when you win so many times, you gotta let everyone get a chance to win. So that's why I gotta take a break.
All right, let's get into the second fight. Wow, I'm looking for his scorecard, and that is of course Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres. Of course, Mackenzie Dern with the upset, a split decision. So back to you, Alex. Your thoughts on this win from Dern?
Yeah, this was a really good fight. I think I picked Torres to win this one. I just thought, I thought it was going to be a stand-up fight because obviously, Torres is a good wrestler and Dern is a really good, jiu-jitsu fighter. But, Dern stand-up really improved. Dern is looking really good. Every fight, again, she's trained with, I believe, Jason Perillo, who's really good stand-up, overall a great MMA coach. So Dern's looking really good. Her stand-up's looking good. So yeah, just really her stand-up's looking really good every fight. So really impressed with that. And yeah, she looked really good. Stand-up and grappling. So, everywhere she's gonna be really, really dangerous. So good one for her.
Oh, but answer this question. Thoughts on the judges giving Dern round 1?
Did you see that? Yeah.
Tough call, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'll get my out of the way. Like, it was a great fight. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Hell of a fight. The last 2 rounds, the one that, that you mentioned about the first round. Yeah, it's a tough one. It is really tough. It's 50-50 for me, honestly. Because how it ended, it's just like, oh man, it's tough.
Yeah, it was.
It's a tough call.
It wasn't an easy fight to score. It was a tough fight to score.
No, and that's why when after the first round, and then that's when I see the second round, I'm like, okay, this is gonna go to split. Yeah, because that first round was questionable for me, honestly. How I don't know who to. For
Yeah,
me,
both
in
of
my
them.
eyes, it looked even. In my opinion,
Yeah.
it looked even. It was kind of hard to decide who actually wins that round. It makes sense why this split decision happened because of that first round. So I mean, but hands down to Dern, I'm happy for her. She's back. So great for her, and I'm happy that she got this upset. And you know what? I don't mind seeing a rematch. To be honest,
Yeah.
This will be a great trilogy, in my opinion. These two, a lot of potential. I would love to see these girls fight again, even without the title. I enjoyed it. But Richard, your thoughts about this fight?
Pretty much. I always felt like I'm going to say the same, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much agree with everyone else. Um,
Yeah.
there goes Cage, my IQ. I had Torres edging it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I could have. I think a lot of us had it that way too.
Yeah,
I kind of like could have went. It was teeter-tottering to Dern and then Torres. It could have went either way. I just feel like I was talking to some of my friends earlier at work about the fight, and if it's that close, what do you do at that point where you can't even decide? It's that hard. Do you just make it an even round? Do you make it just a 10-10 and then go from there? I mean, if it's that, that
Close.
hair thin, I mean, what do you do at that point? What are you basing it out of? And that's what we talked about even with Rage in the past about judging. That a lot of these judges, I think even Alex agreed with me in boxing. I know MMA is pretty similar, where you pretty much just have a pencil, a pen, or whatever, and just your paper just scoring it. You don't hear commentary. You don't see the punch stats. You don't see anything like that. So it's hard just for the naked eye just to see that. You're not even really seeing a screen. You're just watching it live and just trying to judge it.
right.
It's hard. You don't want to listen to commentary because sometimes the commentary could be biased. But at least get some of the stats by the round by round, and see that. I remember Ray's even saying maybe put their scores up there live, so the fans can get it. But then you
Or
want
get like a TV screen for them to see it too, because they don't
yeah,
have a really good angle watching it sometimes.
viewing it. Yeah, they should have more of a replay for them. They should get more of a privilege to seeing some replays of it because it's kind of hard to judge. And we get upset about the judging, but it's hard, man. That's a hard job.
Not an easy
I don't
job.
care who it is. It's a
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
difficult job, and it sucks for them sometimes that they make that pick and maybe. I bet they probably watch their fight again, second guess themselves like, man, I chose the wrong person. They shouldn't have to be perfect. But it's a tough job. But for this fight, it could have went either way, and it went for Dern. I know Tisha Torres will bounce back, 4 wins in a row. This is just a setback. I still think she's in title contention. I know she'll come back, and
Yeah, she will.
We'll see. We'll see from there.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way, honestly.
She's just
So
getting better. This will just get her better.
Yeah, so is Dern too.
Oh yeah.
So let's check. Now I got Alex's scorecard. Let's see. You chose Torres, unfortunately, so you lost. Yes, you lost that one. Let's see. I chose, of course, Dern by decision. And of course, Richards. We have Richard who chose Torres, unfortunately. So
yeah, I went with my heart on that one.
you went with your heart, not with your mind, unfortunately.
No, yeah.
All right, let's get into the fight of the night. Okay, I'm gonna do it because I was really like this. I was like that. Okay, and throughout once the fight was over, everything was done. I was like, that's how I was. I was like, shit, wow. That's how I was, man. Oh man, oh really? Miles Haas saying Rich didn't do too good.
Oh, here we go. Who is this? Is my stalker here, man?
Miles Haas, yes. He's your stalker, right, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, let's get into the fight that we've all been fighting tonight, and that is Gilbert Burns versus Khamzat Chimaev. I'm gonna just go ahead and speak my mind about it. This fight was incredible. I enjoyed it. Like even the crowd was so into it. I don't know. I don't think it would have made a difference if it would have been the 5th round, to be honest. But maybe because there were opportunities for Gilbert to win this fight.
Yeah.
And I know that Dana White was not happy with the decision, with that unanimous decision. He was not happy about it. I think he wasn't really happy about it. But this fight was incredible. I mean, this really proves to me that this guy who's not even in the ranks beat a number 2 in the rankings of the welterweight can
Yeah.
dominate. And even though I picked Gilbert Burns and I did, I went with my heart because I'm a big fanatic of Gilbert Burns, but you can really see that those 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds was, man, it was back and forth. There was an opportunity that Gilbert had. I was just like, oh, come on, do it. I was so into. I was just, oh my god. Oh, and I'm happy that they got the fight of the night for this, for this pay-per-view. Awesome. I enjoyed it. I really had an incredible time. Let's see. Burns came out and said he would like the rematch in the next 3 fights since he took this fight when he had no reason to.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. I like that.
it's fair. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he said that for sure. And oh man, the rematch will be fucking sick if that does happen.
Yeah.
I will be happy to see that. Oh man. All right. Alex, take it away.
So yeah, here's the thing. So Cosmo. So again, there are game plans for a reason. And when you fight a guy like Gilbert Burns, you have to be you have to have a good strategy, be very strategic on what you have to do, Burn. Especially with Cosmo being dominating every single person that he fought, getting wins. Even we discussed with Rage. Even Rage even said, when you have that mentality of always like, I'm gonna win, and then when you get to the position where you are behind the fence, you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. What's gonna happen? Not used to this. Even though someone under pressure was able to get the win, able to fight through, there were some shots that, especially when his coach is yelling at him, shoot, yeah. You're a good wrestler, shoot.
Yes.
Why are you striking with someone that you don't have to strike? You could shoot, take him down. But then again, I give credit to Burns because Burns did defend some good takedowns. He had good takedown defense. Yeah. It looked really good. And that just shows that Burns is top level. Cosmo ain't gonna like fight someone and get easy. I mean, both guys then. Again, let's see if he did learn, because if he keeps doing this the next fight, I mean, here's the thing though. I feel like even if he did fight Colby, if he did fight Usman, I don't think he'll win. Honestly, this is my opinion.
I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready.
And this fight was definitely a wake-up call for him to really know what it's like to face someone top level like that. The guys you face are not the guys like Burns and Colby and Usman. It's a different level. So definitely, hopefully he's learned from that. And now for the next fight, have a smart strategy and, not take punches when you don't have to, and be very strategic. Because you can just tell you with guns blazing, try to knock him out, try to prove a point, but it's like, you could always lose. He was so close to getting stopped. There was almost a time where he almost got rocked. And, so.
You saw that, right? He was about to get him rocked. And that's when I was like, this son of a bitch is actually going to go straight up with him. And that's what really shocked me out of, Kamza. That shocked me for him to see that. But overall, at least he stepped up and proved himself, at least. I'll give him credit where credit's due. All right. Richard, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing fight. I mean, I was excited watching it. I was with some friends and Alex over the weekend. And
you were like this, right?
Right, yeah. Right. I was there. I was eating my pizza, my beer, and I couldn't even finish my meal. The beer got hot. The pizza got cold. Wrong temperatures on those. And I just sat there 50 minutes watching that fight. It was just an amazing fight. Like Alex said, he kind of came kind of bullheaded. He wasn't listening to his coaches, but I think he wanted to prove something. And sick girl need to talk to him. Better yet. It's true. No, I agree with that. I just think maybe he was just stubborn. Maybe he was telling him some stuff and he wasn't listening to him, so he just got frustrated and started yelling at him. Either way, that's not going to work. Just yelling at your student, but
depends.
I mean,
depends on the fighter.
It depends, but
Depends on the fighter.
maybe it depends on the fighter. That's very true, because somebody's probably like listening, like, no worries, I'm going to get this. Like, you're yelling at me, but I know how good I am. I'm going to beat this guy. And I think that's why he just said, let's go, let's stand and bang, let's throw. Like, you're not gonna knock me out. but I'll take something and throw something back. And I think he really wants to prove something. And I know a lot of fans, even Dana White talked about it, where people were like, "Oh man, now he's human now. There's a blueprint to beat this guy." I mean, Gilbert Burns made him look like a normal guy, but you gotta understand, Kazma's fighting the number 2 guy in the world. When you're getting up to that top 5, it gets harder and harder. Even how good you are, it gets harder. And Burns showed like, hey, this guy is beatable. You could knock him out, but he tried. He couldn't do it. But Jamar, to me, is the real deal. Like you guys said, I think he still needs a couple more fights. I'd like to see him fight Covington. I think that's a fight that has to happen. We'll see if he wants to fight him. Burns looks like that's the only person I want to fight. And Burns said, I don't have to choose this guy. I mean, I'm pretty much losing if I lose this guy. But
yeah,
like IQ said, both these guys, I think stock went up. It didn't look bad. This is a fight. Even if you lost, you sort of won, because I think he'll still be a top ranking and he'll fight another big fight. So both guys win in this, but Khamzat, I think, still needs a couple more fights so he gets that championship shot. Because I don't think right now he fights Usman. I think Usman still takes the victory.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh, it's way.
He's there. He's very close.
He's there. He's there. I mean, look at me wrong, but it's just that, and it's crazy how I'm looking at the rankings now that how he moved like automatically. It's already updated, by the way. So the rankings are updated as we speak right now. He's number 3. He went from 8 to 3. Or 11, excuse me. 11 to 3. He went for that. And shit. And he's right behind Leon Edwards. And maybe that could be the next fight.
Yeah. Like
Leon Edwards.
That'd be cool.
I would like that one too. Leon is also another great potential contender,
Good striker too.
And a great striker. Yes, indeed. What concerns me is more up this Saturday about Luka's fight coming up this Saturday. So let's see how that's the one. Yeah, that's another one I'm concerned about. We'll do an episode next week about that. I want to actually talk about that fight. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that fight for sure. All right, now we got the co-main event, and that is of course for the undisputed bantamweight champion of the world. But before we do, hold on. I forgot to put the scorecards. So let's see. Richard, you had Burns. And yep. Myself, I had Burns.
I think we all had Burns.
Yeah, Alex, that's 272. Alex, you had Burns. Round 1. Wow. Round 1.
It's close.
Close. But yes, let's get into this co-main event for the undisputed bantamweight championship. Aljamain Sterling defeated Peter Yan in a decision split, and I'm gonna rant because I want to rant on this. But you have to give this credit where credit's due.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have. You're saying
I'll
no?
give him credit. I say yeah.
He did. He. And Peter, you hear me out before you say anything. Peter Yan fucked up. Because why? Yes, he did. Why would you allow Sterling to have you on the ground? And this is what obsessed me.
No.
You were behind his back. What are you talking about?
First of all,
when you were watching the same fight I was watching?
First off.
Hold on. What? Wait.
No worry.
What?
It was 2-2, right? 2-2 coming in. Yan had to do whatever it takes to win that 5th round. In my opinion, he won that 5th round.
I'm not disagreeing that. The first round, he didn't, though. He lost the first round.
Yeah.
And that's what hurt him. He
taken his back. Well, Sterling's a good grappler.
But think about it. That's points already down on the ground.
But in his head, he didn't think it mattered because he won the last round. He thought he won 3-2.
Sterling won by points.
It's not his fault that the judges, I don't know what they were watching. But, obviously Yan won the fight.
Yan looked frustrated. Yes. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he misses coaches. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's right? Because he didn't have his that's right.
No,
yeah, his visa issue or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But
he was frustrated. He was definitely frustrated in the first round for sure. And Yan had a 2-minute period in the first when he didn't throw. Yes.
Sure.
Definitely intense. Love it. Yes, it is intense. That's what I'm trying to tell this guy right here, but he don't listen. I'm telling you.
At the end of the day, I had Jan winning that fight.
Look, he won with his takedowns by the points and his defense. You have to.
No one even thought Aljamain won. Not even Dana thought he won. Dana even thought Jan won.
Because all the 4 rounds, I know what you're talking about. I'm not disagreeing on you.
No one thought Sterling
I'm
won.
not disagreeing.
No one thought Sterling won, man.
Hey, guess what? The judges did.
The judges did it. The judges made that
ones.
decision.
They're probably the only ones.
Okay, but this was I get your point.
That's the reason why Sterling is still.
But you have to give him credit what credit's due.
Give him what credit? He lost.
He had him on the ground. What are you talking about?
So what? He had him on his back. He couldn't finish it.
Think about it.
He couldn't even finish
Come on,
him.
man.
You had his back for 4 minutes, and you couldn't even finish him.
Really?
You couldn't finish him.
Oh, Steven.
Sterling knew what he wanted to do. He wanted to waste that 5 minutes, and that's it.
But he fucked up in the first round. Why would you give your back to him in the first place? Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because he wanted to save his energy.
Could have finished him off. He should have just finished it off.
But it doesn't matter. In his
saving my energy.
In his head, he didn't care because it was 2-2 coming in. He knew that if he won the 5th round, he would have won the fight. And everyone thought he won the fight. But it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter if he gave us back because at the end of the day, everyone thought Jan won. Everyone. John McCarthy, he talked about it. Jan won. So it doesn't matter if he took his back.
Yeah, it does matter.
Dana White even thought Sterling won. Oh no, Jan won.
Yeah, see?
Come on.
Come on.
It's just not his fault that the judges don't know how to judge.
We just mentioned about that earlier, but look, I'm telling you, you have to give what credit's due, unfortunately. The only thing I do not give him credit is the fact that he started talking shit right after. Instead of him being grateful and being, hey, well respected and honored that fucking fight because his ass got lucky that first round was given to him. He should have been praised. He should have been humble about it, but he wasn't. He decided to go ahead and bust in his rant out with, oh yeah, give me Dillashaw. Give me shut the fuck up. No. Bro, you BS'd everybody with your neck injury. Yes, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's kayfabe to me. And I know I'm gonna get shitted on it. But no, it's bullshit. But you know, like I said, I will respect the man to give credit what
I think it's a dangerous fight for him. I think if he fights Dillashaw, I think Dillashaw wins it.
You know what?
Fuck Dillashaw.
I don't think
that as much as I don't like Dillashaw.
One fight and then he gets a shot at the belt or something.
But I do think Dillashaw beats Sterling in that one.
Let's see. Dillashaw was talking crap on Sterling before the fight, so his speech was premeditated. Yeah, no wonder. Okay, okay, figures now. But I mean, like I said, this fight. I know even Dana in the post, was not happy about it. He was not happy about this decision. Of course, they asked him, will they do the rematch right away? Should there be already a rematch of the trilogy already right away? I don't think it should be. They should wait on that.
Why not?
Well, no.
There's been a lot of trilogies, and it should never happen, but they give them rematches.
Well, if that's the case, then put Dillashaw and Jose Aldo.
Look at Moreno and Figueiredo. They're going to fight again.
Yeah, because they have no one else.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that division.
Because it's all prize money. Okay.
Kai Car-France is in that card. He could have fought him too. There's a line.
I guarantee you that Sterling is not going to take the trilogy fight.
Huh?
He's not going to take it. Watch.
Yeah, he's not scared.
I know. I don't know that. He's not going to take it right away. He's not. So he's going to shoot himself in the foot.
Because he thought that this will be it. Everyone was going to be praising him and this, and it didn't. Because everyone knew he lost.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Don't get me wrong. The fact that he was able to grab his back and get those takedowns very, very impressive because it's hard to take Jan down. It is very, very hard to take Jan down.
But do you remember what Sterling's? What is his attribute?
Wrestling.
There you go. Jan should have been aware of that already. Should have been fully aware, and he allowed that in the first round. That's unacceptable. You know that. That's unacceptable.
But it doesn't matter if you're winning. He won it 3-2. He thought
they're not gonna go based upon damage. Okay,
it was 3-2. I had it 3-2. Jan.
You take it away.
I had it 3-2. Jan. And everyone else did.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, there has to be a rematch in order to settle it. And end of the day, it doesn't matter. That's the score. 2-3 judges gave it to him. That's all that matters. He won it. And you clown him for what he's doing afterwards, calling all these people and Dillashaw. He's just selling it. Once you be champ, you have to sell these fights and get his money. He's getting his pay. He's getting everything he wanted. He doesn't care if you hate him. You're going to tune in and see him get his ass kicked. And that's what he's doing. He marketed himself really well before the fight, mocking Jan with the rule book and really selling this. He did a great job doing it, and he's still doing it, even after as soon as he won it. Even if he believes or doesn't believe that he won it, he can't be like, oh, man, well, he might have won the first round. He can't talk like that. He's the champ right now, and he earned it. And one thing I want to say, too, you got to give a lot of credit to his coaching staff, Ray Longo. Ray Longo coached pretty much now the 3 biggest underdogs in UFC history, with Chris Weidman, beating Anderson Silva, and you got Matt Serra defeating GSP in Canada. Then you have this fight happening. You got to really put some applause and really praise Ray Longo on what he's doing. Ray Longo did, just a phenomenal job with this fight.
Alex does not want to praise him right now.
I'm praising his coach, but I just so you can't hear him. And then another thing too, man. I had Jan 3-2, but both guys did no damage. Yeah, back and forth fight. Like I said, Jan has to kick himself too in the ass, and then disappointment too. If you're really gonna come and you know how this fight is going, oh shit, he's taking me down. He's trying to get my back. You have to pull something out and really try to win these rounds. So he didn't do that to blame himself. No. If it's that close, you're that much of a Russian tank and a monster, fucking come in the 4th and 5th round and let's start going. He just couldn't do it. There's moments he could, there's moments he couldn't, but you just can't dominate for a minute of the fight. You really got to show something. And I don't, like I said, Jan might have won, but I don't really I don't see a problem with him winning either. I think it was kind of close that first round, and I'm not hating on it. I would love to see. I would love to see another match.
You didn't take any chances. That's right.
Jan didn't take any chances.
Oh,
not you. Read it.
I can't read it.
Thanks, Miles. They didn't take a chance. Both guys did. And the first one was like that. And then I would say Sterling, the first one was circling, really trying to pick his shots. Wasn't going to go forward and take that powerful right hand.
They both didn't take any chances.
That's what I'm saying. So why get disappointed if he won? If it was that much of a fight, I gave the first one to Sterling. And
yes.
So there you go.
But I'm telling you, that's round. Yes, and that's what made this, that's what switched this decision. Why it went to this towards the decision, because of that first round. And that was a mistake that Jan did in the first round. And that's something he should have known by now, especially coming into this fight. Understanding that the last fight you got disqualified, but this one you come with a hunger because you're seeing this man running around with a belt saying, I am the champ. That should have been giving you. Yes, I know. Don't let emotions play with with your professionalism.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to be hungry and prove the world wrong and prove his ass wrong, and that's what he should have done, and he did not do that. So that was a mistake on his part. And
don't make excuses like IQ said. He came. Maybe it played a factor. You're not coming with his coaches. No takedown, no big moments. Yeah, it's true. That's very true. You can't. It sucks that his coaches weren't there. But if you're that great, you got to go out there and still, be headstrong and win that fight. And like I said, both fighters showed some lackluster moments. So it's like you can't really. And then another thing too, Alex and I always argue about this. Just combat sports history. Alex right now is saying, "Oh, Jan should have won that fight or whatever." I did rewatch the first round watching. Could have killed it for him. Yeah, shoot. Start slow, yeah. Yeah, he's a slow starter. Another fight. This is separate too, but Alex and I would get an argument when Bradley fought Manny Pacquiao in that fight, and Pacquiao should have won that damn fight, and Bradley won, and still was like, "Oh, I'm the best," and this and that. I'm like, "Oh, I get it. He's selling it," but I'm saying that was just an abomination to me. That was just a disgrace. I thought Pacquiao won that fight, and Alex always gives me shit for it. What does it matter? The judges scored for him. He won it. Well, same here, Alex. It doesn't matter. Sterling won it. He's a freaking champ, and I'm a big fan of him now. So I hope he wins it. I
know. Remember, I don't recall me saying that. So.
We always get into it. Yes, you always say he beat Pacquiao.
I don't recall saying that.
That was just such a horseshit judge decision. The same thing.
A lot of people say that Sterling was running, but his game plan was to move around and make.
Exactly. And shot circle, smart.
That's why I said I give the man credit what he did. That whole fight he did, and that's what he did not do. He did not stand toe to toe with him.
And it
but
might
he
not be a
strategized.
crowd pleasing fight. Yeah, exactly. Strategize and it worked. I mean, it's not crowd pleasing. Maybe for the fans here, it might not like it. It's hard to follow that Chimaev and Burns fight, But hey, you got to win certain fights just to get that championship. Will be fun and exciting next time, and we'll go balls out. But for this fight, I want to win that championship, and Sterling had that game plan. I don't care if the fans are booing and fans are falling asleep. I'm going to beat this guy because this guy is that great. Peter Yan is pretty much the best bandman in the world. It's not going to be. I'm not going to go out there and knock him out. That's not going to happen. I'm going to have to find a way. I'm going to have to wrestle him.
Yeah.
And the same Rage said that some of these guys could be boring, and I quote him. He said wrestle fuck, and pretty much he did that. He had to take him to the ground to get his back, and
look how long he had him on the ground. How long did he have him? Exactly. So it proves the point that was a mistake on Peter Yan's part. So, I mean, it is what it is, Alex. We can't accept the decision.
Yeah.
I'll wait
at the end of the day, in my opinion, Yan won. Yeah, and that's my opinion.
You can say it. Don't hate Sterling. Hate the judges.
Yeah.
You gotta hate the judges on this one. Bad call, but it makes sense why by looking at the first round and seeing what occurred overall and the strategy that Sterling put out throughout the whole fight.
Who cares about what he did in the first round? Who cares?
That played a factor.
It played a factor of
you played a factor what? He won one round. He did so good in round one, so let's just give him the whole rest of the fight. He won it because he won it in the first round.
Bayless, relax.
No one cares.
Skip Bayless, relax.
Jeez,
I
could do a fight and be like, "Oh, I won the first 3 minutes, so I won the whole card." Come on, jeez.
So now the biggest question on this is who should be fighting Sterling next. I know Dana White. Yes, we do want to see the trilogy. But you have to understand this division too has a lot of it's stacked, and I would look. You got Dillashaw at 2, you got Aldo at 3, Sangi hanging at 4, Rob Font at 5, and Mirabev, I can't even pronounce his damn last name, Divalishi, whatever. Dominic Cruz 7, Marlon Vera 8. Song Yandong 9, Pedro Munoz 10, Frank Edgar 11. I don't. Ricky Simon 12, Sean O'Malley 13, Marlon Morales 14, and Rafael Asunaco 15. I think what I like to see is the number one contender. I want to see Dillashaw Aldo. The winner of that should fight. The winner for that should fight Sterling for that title. That's what I feel, and I feel that the winner of Sanhagen, Peter Yan, or Font Peter Yan will face the winner of whoever wins that fight. That's what I think they should do and how to book that fight. For me, and plus, we never seen Dillashaw and Aldo at all fought ever, and this will be the first time they'll fight.
I want Dillashaw to lose.
I would like to see Aldo get one last run.
Yeah,
that's why I would love to see him win and get that shot one more time.
One more time. If Glover Teixeira could do it, why he can't do it?
Yeah, exactly.
So let him have his run one last time. And I wouldn't mind seeing Aldo having the last run. And that'll be, oh my God, that'll be incredible to see. Him becoming, the champ. So I hope Dana White makes smart decisions on how is he going to end up booking the next upcoming events. I hope he does it very well. I hope he does book Dillashaw and Aldo for the number one contender to fight Sterling. I think they should wait on that trilogy, in my opinion. Or unless they make the trilogy, and then the winner of that will face between Dillashaw and Jose Aldo. Yeah. That could be the case.
One thing I want to ask you guys, I was going to ask Rage too when he was on this, and even the comments too, IQ comment and Miles, Sterling versus Aldo and Dillashaw.
That could happen too.
I think he could fight Sterling. Yeah, I would like that. I wish he could just jump him and fight him already.
Yeah. You know what? I like that one. That one actually is not bad either.
Yeah, because I still think Dillashaw should fight one more, right? Like that. He should fight Yan and then go from there.
Yeah, they're gonna get sneaky.
Right?
We'll see what Dana White pulls off. But yeah, you were saying, Richard?
What do you guys think too about Dana White is such a powerful voice, and he's the president of the company, and people, whatever he says, they latch on. Does it look bad too as a president of the company to say that and say, "Oh, I had John winning. I think it's BS that Sterling didn't do enough." Does that look bad as the president, saying that stuff?
I
No,
don't think
because he has to be
just-
honest. He has to be honest to his audience and the people that are buying the pay-per-view. He has to be
But
very
then it
honest
just
to the
puts
people.
down Sterling. You're just like kind of pushing your champion down.
Yeah,
But he
it
knows it
now-
too, though. Sterling knows it too.
Yeah.
I mean, every fighter that knows, everyone that's fought or anyone that's competed, you could tell when you did not perform well and you lost. You could tell.
But it was that close that maybe he did it. And sometimes you have so much close fights that you're like in your mind you think you won, and then you rewatch it and you're like, oh man, maybe I didn't win that fight.
Yeah, but think about this.
In
It's
that
like
heat of that moment.
he was disappointed when Miocic, beat, of course, Jesus Christ, Israel, when he beat Adesanya. Dana White was just, no.
Oh, John.
I know.
No.
John.
No, Blachowicz. There you go. My apologies, Blachowicz. Yeah, Blachowicz was confused. Yeah, Blachowicz. When he beat Adesanya, you see how Dana didn't really give a shit. He was upset. He was
wanted easy to win.
He wanted easy to win, but it didn't happen. Didn't go his way, and he spoke his 2 cents about it. So I mean,
and like you said, he does stuff like that, and then like the way Miocic is treated too. I mean, the guy's still top heavyweight, and no one speaks of him like he's a ghost. And the way too they treated the heavyweight division when they made an interim belt just to try to give it to Lewis or try to give it to Gunn. They're sneaky like that. They'll do what they have to do to pick their champion, and we'll see what they do with this one. They might set up a fight for Jan, and then Jan wins it and put him back in there. Hey, you just came up a win. He's now the #1 contender.
Yeah, I mean,
If Sterling, says no.
but everyone's different. I mean, I think if I was the owner, I think I wouldn't go too far what Dana says sometimes. Sometimes
He
Dana
said some crazy stuff.
he doesn't hold back. So I mean,
a good example of a good owner is Chachi from ONE FC. Very, very respectful to all his fighters. Always giving respect, even the guys that even they come in defeat. He always gives respect and respects every guy that always steps in the cage. So
Coker too. I like Coker.
And Coker too.
He just says, the judges, that's what it is. I mean, you have to do something to commission.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you can do.
Let's see the scorecards on that. So see, of course, you, Richard, you had Jan. Did not win. Of course, I think we all had a Jan. I chose round 2. And of course, Alex had Jan on round 3. So none of us did on that. And now let's get into the main event of the evening. And that is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have the featherweight championship on the line. Volkanovski versus the Korean zombie Chang Sung-jung. And of course, we know the outcome of that. Let's see, before we get into it, Chachi is the man. All the fighters that I've talked to say he's down to earth, and he does pep talk before each fight. Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. But this fight right here, I'm gonna go first again and get it off my chest, man. Excuse me, but kudos to Korean Zombie. Why? Because I know he did put whatever he can on the line, putting his career on the line, because he did mention he might just go ahead and retire after this, tough loss, which it was honestly it was a horrendous loss for him. He thought he was where he was, I would say, like a couple years ago, that I still have the chin that nobody can really knock me down. Don't get me wrong, he did have the chin, but he's not the same old guy with the chin. I mean, you
gotta show some output.
Yeah, and there was no output at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Herb Dean to stop the fight after the second round. Like, what are you doing? Stop the fight already. This guy is getting his ass whipped, getting punched in the face, and he's allowing himself. He's not protecting himself. And like I said, I respect Korean Zombie for his career of what he's done in the sport of MMA. So if he does retire, kudos to you. Kamsahamnida, this guy, of course, Korean, and thank you. So for everything you have done for the MMA world. But Volkanovski right now, man, who could stop this guy right now? Who could stop Volkanovski right now? I know we mentioned it last week. I know we did. What Rage was on last week. We looked at the rankings. We did mention Ortega, Holloway, mainly Holloway. We did mention. But man, right now, I mean, and I think Dana White, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys heard the post fight, did he mention that Volkanovski wants to move up weight
Yeah,
class?
he goes to go up to
Yeah.
lightweight.
To lightweight, right?
Yeah.
Really? Herb Dean was yes, he was the man. The main event he was. You know, like I was just looking at Herb Dean like, come on, man, you need to stop the fight. He's just like, oh, I don't. All right,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you. I think that's how
He
you
was,
feel. Like,
he was Zombie's guardian angel that night. He had a
oh yeah, he had to save him because he wasn't doing anything bad.
No.
You know, close, but not even close, but okay, something, but
Finishing, and it wasn't effective.
no, at all, at all. But one more comment here. Let's see. Volcom made the comment he earned the chance to fight for the lightweight title. Do you guys agree with that? So go ahead, Alex. Give us your thought about the main event and answer this question from Cage Mikey.
So so this one, man, I went with my heart in this one. I wanted Zombie to win this fight really, really bad. You know, I was kind of a dreamer in this one. I was like, oh, I could see it happening. I could see. I wished, but man, yeah, man, Volkanovski looked really, really good. Dominated Zombie, outclassed him. Yeah, man, just Zombie did not do enough defense, no head movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looked really good. Zombie just there was no head movement, no. Every punch was so slow. Volkanovski was just really fast, too powerful for Zombie, and Volkanovski made it look really, really easy. But yeah, man, it's sad to see Zombie kind of go down like that, especially when he was crying after in the cage. I know comments were really like did not like that. Like, oh, get up, like you're a grown man. But hey, man, he's a competitor, loves to fight, and it's sad, you know, because he worked his whole life to get a chance at a title and didn't perform, you know, the way he wanted to. So obviously there's emotions, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. No shame at all if he wants to let out emotions out in the cage. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, man, it's sad. He's getting to a point now. He's 35 years old, kind of getting to that point where what's next? You know, do you want to keep doing this? Do you want to keep fighting? I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to see him maybe fight one more. Again, he's always exciting to watch. Always comes to fight. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Zombie. Volkanovski, we'd love to see him maybe go up. But then again, man, there's so many killers in that lightweight division. I mean, you got Oliveira, you know, Gaethje, Islam. You know, those guys are really big lightweights. Really big lightweights.
Darush.
And Darush, yeah. And Volkanovski's has just the size difference, you know. Volkanovski's kind of a very little compared to those guys. Those guys are really big. I don't think he does. What would be cool to see would be Volkanovski versus Gaethje. I would love to see that fight. That would be so freaking good. Those strikers. I don't think they would give him the title. I think
Triple C.
Oh yeah, Cejudo. Yeah,
That's
that
true.
could be possibly.
He wants to come back.
He wants to come back. But yeah, man. I don't know. I don't think they'll give him the title shot against Oliveira. I think they would give him a fight in the lightweight division, and if he does well, give him the lightweight title.
Richard, your thoughts?
Like you said, maybe the UFC is a little afraid to do that, especially we saw with Adesanya trying to do that and came up short and couldn't do it. We've seen that in the past. I think what was it, Pan versus St. Pierre? People trying to move up and get that second shot.
Like what Dillashaw went to go down against Cejudo, and Cejudo finished him.
Finish them. So we've seen people going up and down trying to get belts. Not everyone that sees McGregor doing it, not everybody wants to become double champ. Daniel Cormier has done it successfully, but it's a hard challenge. I mean, Nunes just done it. She's double champ. So now everyone's trying to do that. At this point, Volkanovski has earned it, and he's kind of clearing the division. There's still some tough guys in that weight class, like Rodriguez, and
Yeah, he hasn't fought Rodriguez yet.
Yeah, that'll be a fun fight to see too. Like you said, I think Ortega should fight maybe Holloway or something like that. And there's still a lot of guys in that division too. But I can see why Volkanovski wants to go up. Get a second championship, make some money in the process, and cement his legacy. Because and this fight was tough. I mean, watching this fight was almost, how do I say, not exhausting. But, there was such a beautiful card, and then you sit there and just watching Korean Zombie just getting battered every round, and it sucks to see that where, like Alex said, I and yourself was talking about Rage, that this is a fight where you just give it your all. Everything you've done, everything you learned in martial arts the last 50, 20 years, you just got to throw it. And sometimes it just isn't enough. He's in a different part in his career where he's in his 30s now, and Volkanovski right now is just the top dog in that division. And he's a top guy pound for pound in the world. And it's just different timing. And he's number 4. That's the thing. He's top 5 in the world, and he just couldn't do it. And this is his last chance. And there's no shame in that. Look how great Alexander is. I mean, fortunately, this is the guy he had to fight for that title shot. There's no shame in him. Cry all you want. Put your gloves in the middle of the mat if you want to retire that night. I mean, he earned it. I mean, there's no shame in Korean Zombie.
Oh man, yes, right. It's 12:30 Eastern time over there. Thank you so much for tuning in, man, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. I don't know if it's a good move for him to move up. It's scary. Looking at the lightweight division, like how you mentioned, Alex's card that is stacked, and they're bigger than him. They're bigger than him. I would have loved to see that him and Gaethje, but I think I know this is probably the bad way to say it, but I think Volkanovski should continue to stay on that division. Fight Yair. Fight
Holloway.
Yeah, to end the trilogy, right? Just to fight him.
And honestly, same way, kind of in that situation is kind of like Sterling. A lot of people, in my opinion, a lot of people thought Holloway won that second fight against Volkanovski. A lot of people thought Holloway should have been the champion right now.
Yes.
And that's always going to be on that discussion. Hey, man, Holloway should have won that, or Holloway won that fight. So,
yeah,
I mean, if you're trying to get rid of it, they should just do one more, and that's it. Just finish it off.
Yeah. I think he can do even one more with Ortega, too. I think Ortega as well. As much as maybe.
But I think Ortega would have to fight one more because I don't think he's fought since that loss.
Yeah.
So. No, he hasn't fought. So, yeah, he will have to fight at least one more to get.
Put him against Yair. You put him against Yair. Ortega Yair.
A year, yeah. You know what? A year, yeah. Because right now, like the rankings has it updated. Ortega 2, Yair 3, Calvin Kattar 4. Of course.
Oh, Cater's good too, though. That would be good too. Cater's exciting. Fun to watch.
Yes, he is. Of course, Korean Zombie 5. Arnold Allen at 6. Josh Emmett 7. Giga Chikases 8. Bryce Mitchell 9. Dan Ike 10. Sodic Yusuf 11. Edson Barbosa 12. Moswars Eviovic 13. Shane Borger 14. And Ila Tupuria 15. I mean, he still has a great contenders in that weight class. I mean, Yarrigo should be the next one he should fight. Sure. I mean, why not? Or Katar is what you mentioned too. Why don't we see Katar fight maybe Allen or fight Ortega? The winner of that will face Volkanovski.
Yeah, I think he should stay. I mean, at least for a little bit. I mean, look how it went for Holloway when he went up and fought Porter.
Oh yeah,
interim championship. And he came up short. He just didn't look the same. He made him look like a different fighter. Porter looked great in that fight.
Yes, he did. Gentlemen, now let's see where the scorecards where we're at on the scorecard. Let's see. All right, Alex, you picked Young. Of course, you went with your heart. You lost that round. And of course, I picked Volkanovski TKO in the 4th round, baby. Yes, right on. And of course, Richard TKO, man. Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, time to crown the Tapology World Champion. That's the scorecards I have right here. The judge decision: 450, 565, 575 for the winner. And still, Tapology World Champion.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, that is right. They're Tapology World Champion again. The devious one. You were close, Richard. You were 10 points away.
I know, so
you were right. And Mr. Third Place.
I got a question though.
Nobody paid. I didn't pay
Who
anybody.
Who you paying?
I did.
Who you paying?
I didn't pay
I
nobody.
knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Who you
I didn't
paying,
pay
Ivan?
nobody, man.
Give me his number, man. Who you
No.
paid so I can copy from
No.
him?
No. Right
Who
here,
you paying?
baby. The champ
Who you paying?
is here,
Ah,
baby.
man.
Who are you paying,
Champ,
man?
baby.
Rage, if
Richard,
you're watching
haunted
this,
me.
man,
Richard,
don't give
you-
him your picks.
Richard,
Rage.
you were close.
I'm so
You were
close to haunting me. I was kicking myself. I thought, man, I went my heart with the Tisha Torres fight and the Mickey Gall fight. I'm like, damn, like those two fights cost me. Because
It
I
could've
saw
been
like,
tied.
oh man, I'm coming up. Yeah, it could have been close. I was like, oh man, I'm like, I would think I was just a few points ahead of you going into that fight, and then I'm like, shit, he picked the fourth round, and I picked the third, like he got it. Oh man, it was good though. It was fun. I was like, oh no.
Hell yeah. Hey, that means you're. See, at least Richard is the second.
There.
You're
Second
right
is the
there.
The
first
last 3
loser.
months.
Okay,
You-
Second place is
You're
the first
behind
loser,
me every
man.
time, brother.
He's the first loser, man.
Yeah.
You're not even a top 2 anymore. You're not even a top 2, man. You're
That's
washed
right.
up.
Dude,
Your-
I have
your
the
best
most
days are
title
behind you.
wins than everyone, man.
Yeah, and the most title losses as well. You can't even retain it for more
Really?
than 4
You never
events.
won one. You have more losses than anyone.
I know
You're
this
the
man has won it. Ivan
consolation
has
prize.
been successful.
You're the
Ivan has been
consolation.
successful.
I won it. I won 6 Super Bowls and you haven't won anything.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's
You look in my
Oh.
room and be like, oh my god, he has like 6 titles. And you go to your room, nothing.
you'll wait to see.
Oh,
It's
You'll
just
wait to
dust.
see.
I'm
He's
gonna
just
come. I'm
dust.
gonna come back.
We're gonna,
I'm gonna come
yes,
back.
and we're gonna come back to it
I'm gonna
because
come
I cannot wait because there's a lot of upcoming fights, and I think since right now the one
It's okay.
and only,
I'll be the Kofi Kingston in this thing. Never winning the big one, always coming close. And once he won that big thing, it was the biggest thing in wrestling history.
Yeah, it took him like
And that's gonna
20
be a
years.
sweet. I don't care if it takes me 20 years. That'd be a sweet moment when I win that championship
If
and
that
take
ever
it from your
happens.
hands. And if you win, I'm gonna take it from you. Okay.
We'll see.
all right. Well, we got a lot of upcoming fights coming up, gentlemen. We do have the one coming up this weekend where we have Vicente Luque versus Bella Muhammad on ESPN and ESPN Plus. That's going to be a good fight. And of course, the other one that I'm actually intrigued to is the weekend after that, April 23rd at the Apex. You have Amanda Lemos versus Jessica Andrade, Clay Guida versus Claudio Puelles, and Tanner Bozer versus Alexander Romanov.
Ooh.
So that's it's a pretty stacked card. And then, of course, you have Font versus Marlon Vera coming up as well. And that's on April 30th. Man, we could do our predictions there if you guys want, because then from there we have you, Ted, UFC 274, Oliveira, Gaethje. Woo! That card is,
Ferguson and Chandler.
oh my God.
Shogun Ruiz back. Donna Cerrone's in the card. Oh, this is so stacked.
There you go. That's how we're feeling right now because you have Namajunas versus Esparza, Chandler to Tony Ferguson, Cortez versus Gatto, Rhea versus Ose Perdue, Cerrone, Joe Lawson. Man,
It's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be. I cannot wait. That's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait for this incredible card for UFC 274. But we might do one before, ladies and gentlemen. When we get with the coach back, hopefully we could probably do one.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do. Let me see. I would like to do it for the. You know what? For the. Let's go with the Font and Vera one. We could do it for that, or we could do it for the Andrade Lemos. Because I know it's too late already to do.
Make a second championship, maybe a fight night champion, maybe a secondary title, maybe a
Well, why?
kind of thing.
Why? You're not gonna win it.
Oh, let's see
You're
you
gonna
win it,
win it.
mister. I'm gonna
If
win.
you couldn't win that, what makes you think you're gonna win that?
Fuck. I'm not crying.
Oh man, I love it, man. But yeah, you never know. We'll see what we can do here. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you so much for tuning in here on the Championship on the Line Circle Debate EYR MMA podcast. We'll be back coming up hopefully soon. We might do a prediction show for before 274 before we predict that one, because I would like to do. I really want to do the Font and Vera because those are The
It was a
ones
good
that we're
fight.
trying. That's gonna be a good fight. And remind you, these two gentlemen are in that same weight class that we were just speaking upon just moments ago. And man, yeah, this is the bantamweight class.
Yeah.
So could this be a decision of where maybe what will we see if for them getting up title contenders? You never know. So I am looking forward for that.
Winner gets a little bit closer to that title.
Yeah, definitely. But yes, before we let you go, don't forget to subscribe and tune in every Friday to Championship on the Line podcast as they provide you the best MMA, boxing, and pro wrestling, and much more content. Maybe kickboxing as well too. You never know. Muay Thai fighters, all of that,
Yeah.
all the above. They have the great, phenomenal interviews, great conversations with all fighters, current fighters, former fighters, legends like Ken Shamrock. So make sure you subscribe to them. The description is right below on the YouTube channel, where you can subscribe to all, also to the audio platforms. Tune in every Friday to Championship on the Line. Follow
If
them.
you're doing that, then you gotta subscribe to my brother right here at Circle Debate everywhere. It's iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you can hear it, listen to. Why are you doing yourself a disservice? The world's in your pocket. Pull out your phone and download it. Championship Online Circle Debate. Do it.
Do it now.
If you want to work out, go for a run. Circle Debate does audio too. Or if you're maybe at work and you're at lunch, you want to watch nice, great entertainment, you can watch his vlogs, which they're awesome. You can watch little vlogs. If you couldn't go to a show, he captures for you, and great vlogs and great interviews, and even talks about wrestling, all that fun stuff. So if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. So
No excuse to do it. No excuses.
No excuse. And also don't forget to follow EYR as well. Follow Coach Rage on his social media platforms. That's below is what the description as the man is looking for some fighters who has the cojones or los tetas to become mixed martial arts fighter, huh? That's right. Who has the tetas? That's right. Who has it? So make sure you follow him and hit him up. So you want to go ahead and train with EYR Division. Man, that is right. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host of Devious One I've been C here with my other host, my family, the Mods of Pain that bring the pains to you, ladies and gentlemen, especially the Skip Bayless arguing all the time. Like, no, he won that fight. We know already. Okay, I'm not going to get you even started because they're going to start.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's right. And that is Alex and Richard Modes from Championship on the Line podcast.
He has a season common with Fedor, okay? Both from Russia, both turbo fighters. Jan lost and Fedor lost, okay?
Yes,
that's
Fedor,
the greatest of all time.
There you go.
Can't wrestle at all.
We don't
need to when you have fists. Woo!
we don't just do podcasts here, ladies and gentlemen. We make history.